Okay, we're going to start sighting in the 45-70. I've got a 100, 150, 200, and then 300 yard target. So here we go. We're going to start here and let's see what the results are. Okay, 100 yard complete. This was my first shot. So I adjusted a couple clicks to my left, a couple MOA, and now look. So that's not too bad. I think I'll live with that. I'm not going to make any more adjustments, and we'll go to 150 yards next. It was not a good group at 200, as you can see. My target was a little bit skewed, wasn't directly facing me, and I did have a weed up there that was kind of blowing in front of it, but nah, that's just bad shooting. So we're going to try the 250 grain monoflex and see what we do. My 150 yard I'm not impressed with at all. I should have been a lot better than that. That was actually my very first shot, so I don't know what the hell, you know. Yeah, I should have been better than that. That's my 300 yard group. I forgot to show it, but these are where I cover my holes. But that's my 300 yard group. Back it up a little bit. 300 yards right there. I knew this one. I pulled to the left and I pulled the trigger. I don't know, but this group here is not too bad. .250 grain monoflex. I was actually shocked. I thought it would start high. It actually started way over here to my left and a little low. This is my final three right here. Right here, 1, 2, 3. So I didn't get to spend a lot of, so 1, 2, 3, 6, 7 rounds to get on 0, or roughly 0. That's not a good 0 either, but it's what it is for now. It's 150 yard. I had a good pattern. I went ahead and adjusted up once for the 4th shot and got it in the bull. But really a good pattern at 150. 200 yard. These are my first 2 shots. And then I adjusted up, little left, got here, and then this was my final shot. Not too bad, really. So again, these are the 250 grain monoflex, copper. So I just got in going through my video and stuff, and one thing I did not even, or I actually went out to 300 yards with the 250 monoflex, was not very successful. Scored 1 hit far right of the target. I don't think it's the ammunition. It was my shooting. It was just I was kind of rushing by at that point. I forgot to bring my cleaning kit to clean my barrel, shooting copper rounds, so I don't think that helped. Barrel was hot. I started rushing. When I was shooting the 250 grain, the farmer wanted to finish mowing the hayfield, or came in. He said he'd mow around me, but I just wanted to get done. Definitely going to do it again. I was shooting the vortex straight wall scope is what I was using for my scope. It's BDC reticles. I kind of like BDC reticles for hunting. For I guess if you use match shooting, you'd be better off just adjusting your MOA as you go. But for hunting, they're great. If you know what BDC is, you can't expect it to come out of the box and be exactly like they say. So I'd done some ballistics on it. And actually, when I said 300 yards, I was shooting 300 yards. I went whole yards. I went 100, 150, 200, and 300 yards. But really, after 100 yards on my BDC scope, when I did the ballistics chart, like 300 would have been 290. 200 yards was like 190, and 150 should have been 146. So I was actually stretching out a little bit farther on my BDC scale. So I was fairly pleased. I think it's just a little bit more practice. I need to get my setup a little better where I'm shooting off of. I'm not real comfortable with that. I just got a table and a chair, and I put a lead sled down, and I strapped the lead sled down, so it's stable. But I'm hunching over. I'm not getting a good parallax on my scope, or a comfortable parallax, I should say, on my scope. But I'm going to work on that. I'm going to get that a little better. I'm going to definitely shoot it some more. But obviously, I don't believe that there would have been a 12 gauge Sabot slug that would have reached out at 300 yards as well as I did today. Hardly. I mean, maybe, I don't know. I know a lot of guys are big into the Savage, but bolt action slug guns. But I don't believe that they would be able to reach 300 yards with the consistency this 45-70 can. I think it's a little different era we're in with these straight walls, and I think with the 45-70 that the newer Hornady LeverEvolution ammo that's came out for it makes a world of difference with FTX, with the ballistic coefficient now is totally different. So it was a lot of fun today. We're going to do it some more. I have a Browning Silver coming with a slug barrel, so I'm going to be sighting it in as well. And I'm also wanting to play with, on my BDC scope, I kind of took the Nikon's the old Nikon scope, the Spot On app, where it would actually adjust automatically for your magnification, because at different magnification, of course, your BDC changes. So I looked at it, and it's actually pretty good with the vortex ballistic chart, or that vortex scope. They actually match up pretty good. It's if you use the Nikon Slug Hunter as your scope, they match in just pretty good. So I might play around with that and change magnifications and throw some different targets out, because when I use my slug gun in the timber, I don't have maximum magnification. I'm running like 5 on a 3x9 scope. I run 5 as my magnification. I don't run all the way up to 9. So I would like to see what she'll do at 5 using the BDC, using the Nikon Spot On, how close I am with that. So that's a test I want to do with the 4570 as well. I'd like to see where I'm at on 5 with it. Although my intentions are to use the 4570 more in open shooting, field edge, like you guys hunt field edges, but you might want to swing and have a shot in the timber, right? And I don't, maximum magnification in timber can be a little rough. So, I'd like to kind of get an idea of where I would be on a 5 magnification per se with it. So there's some more things I want to do, and I definitely want to practice more, get my shooting rest a little bit better off. But yeah, my final thoughts on it is pretty much, I think if you practice with this weapon enough and get proficient, you could probably take a deer at 300 yards out in the field, broadside, not quarter shots. I mean, a good shot, everything get through. Yeah, 300 yards is absolutely possible with using this Hornady LeverEvolution ammo. Absolutely would be. But yeah, it's a lot of fun, so we're going to do it some more.